Hello there guys, and welcome to another New South Wailmers draft analysis with the Flying Bird. This is actually the first draft analysis I gave the power to the viewers in determining the rules of my draft through Twitter. If you guys do not follow me on Twitter, at the Flying Bird 14, the two questions I did ask to my viewers was what round do you want to see Gyarados, and through Aaron2420's lobbying, round 1 Gyarados was chosen. Thank you to Mystic Umbreon for retweeting for science purposes. In conjunction, a 4-option poll for the team rule set, whether it was mono flying, mono water, UUBL, and below, or simultaneous boosting teams. A lot of people wanted to see mono flying so Bird could draft a really good freeze dry team, but also we could have had Bird Keeper Bird. This simultaneous boosting team did happen. Before we actually get into the team itself, I just want to give a bit of an overview of each coach and my limited interactions with them, as they're some new faces and others I've known for a long time. First and foremost, it's NBA Hall of Famer Grounded Gliscor, who is a Dutch-based YouTuber who is really friendly and somehow just improves leaps and bounds every time I see him. The next coach is It's D Willie, who is a Brisbane-based coach, which us little Wailmers want to prove that unlike the NRL, this feud isn't going to be one-sided in Queensland favour. It's Sork, or Scooter Sork, is probably the most infamous on this list. He's notorious for running the GBA Discord and banning the D-League coaches. Speaking of the GBA, Hispanic is another coach who is, from what I could tell, either drafts hate show or annoying fat. Next up is the Jersey Shells. I have no clue who this person is, but it's an opportunity to meet some new content creators. I think, if I remember correctly, the IBA focused more so on the content creation than results. Next up is Flame Horizon, in which can best be summarized as Mudbray, there you are! In which he is really an unorthodox player, but he's trying to improve GFX/anything. Koenix is pretty much the same as Shadow. There's one dude I want to beat competition-wise, it is Reckless Bat/Nick, who hopefully instead of stripping those Overwatch e-girls will give me a performance of his life. He won the most recent NPL title, and I've known him for a while now. I think it was about 3 or 4 seasons ago of the NPL that I met him, and so that's probably like 2 years ago now. Next up is Galado, who is another stock standard Calgary Flame pun. Johnny GB, put that on top 10, no for team names. Fits into the same bracket as Shadow. That's the same. The next person being Pokemon Master Mike, who said HU best mod in this, but didn't draft it. What a pussy. I'll take a little time to discuss Odds, who is an up-and-coming graphics artist, but also someone who has a real passion to learn, which is really rare at the moment in draft format. He'll be doing my battle layout because I want to give him a chance. This is about a year ago, me and Bill became close, and Bill has improved enormously. He's outgrown old Burby boy, and I hope Odds will have the same success if he does a good job. Next up is another familiar face being Supersonic Arashi, who makes some really light-hearted content, who's seen a lot of growth on his channel, which he now boasts 580 subs. The big name of this Wi-Fi league, or as I like to subtly put it, the 6-foot hacks of this Wi-Fi league, is Poise. Poise is a coach of the Detroit Liddens, who was a Twitch partner and a great mate of Phoenitex, so he was one of the few coaches I actually heard of. And when I saw that name, I was like, ooh, free subs. Yeah, and he's at about 6,000 subs, so that's definitely a bit of a step up from old Burb mate. And he wants to play in more draft leagues, so I really want to scout out what's he like. Hopefully this can be a stepping stone for him. David, I've known for ages. I think he has more rebrands than titles. He was another person in the NPL. The last person is Aaron, who plays in way too many leagues just to strive for those negative records. He invited me to this league, promised I can meme. Also, because I can't actually edit the videos time-wise, Aaron has very kindly offered his service to help me edit, which I really want to thank you for that. Now for the actual draft. With their first pick in Season 4 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Gyarados for 11 points. When I joined this server, I knew a certain love of mine has been felt neglected. Felt like everyone asked, who is Pedonison? Not how is Pedonison? At the press release today, Gyarados had said after flying down from Brisbane off the back of a very successful Week 1 performance with the Mastodon Gastrodons that he's really excited about the prospect of working with Burb. He announced that for a contract fee of $500, and the term being a key player, he'll gladly accept the role on this roster. However, he's also stated that he will not be playing mock battles because it's only just practice. Talk to him about the game where he gets 4 kills via root. With their second pick in Season 4 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Mega Altaria for 14 points. After being accused of being too frugal in the most recent NBA draft with very good deals, they have announced that the previous Nobflothicans had its naming rights purchased by a beautiful Norwegian Yu-Gi-Oh player. When questioned about the links to using performance-enhancing substances, that its voice is a fairy type and not normal type like the regular Altaria. Altaria stated it would be out in an interview with Oprah in the near future. With their third pick in Season 4 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Tyranitar for 15 points, with 6-foot hacks giving this thing his seal of approval. Tyranitar has come under fire recently from only playing in leagues where he has a chance of getting an easy championship. Tyranitar simply put it like this: nothing comes easy when you have to work hard for these opportunities. With their fourth pick in Season 4 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Flygon for 9 points. Flygon is talked about everywhere, just like Omega Jolteon in every single league. When questioned about the prospect of being on Burb's team, he stated, "Big fan," then spoke about his love for OP Jolson for the next 10 minutes. With their fifth pick in Season 4 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Venomoth for 8 points. When asking Burb about his pick, he said, "My idol Cos recently told me to grab Venomoth, and you know, what he sure knows about a thing about Moneyball. Tinterland's Buginium Z is going to knock some of these kids out of the park. A savage spin out to the face is about as lethal as copying a fastball to the face when you're just the guy playing up a few grades." With their sixth pick in Season 4 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Barbaracle for 4 points. When asked about how does this Barbaracle compare to the one in the UPA, he said, although naming something up to Aaron generally indicates a losing record, he wanted to go positive. With their seventh pick in Season 5 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Dragonite for 15 points. After being one of the first players to stunt the growth of Burb's VGC 2019 career, Stealth Plays has joined the team, which Dragonite has had a troubled past, in which it dipped from the metagame for a couple of years, trying to build itself up in the shadows. With their 8th pick in Season 5 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Volcarona for 15 points. Sudden retirement of a true GOAT at halftime of the Hive Weedle decision, it was definitely marked with a few question marks. However, the star roster pick had to be so fitting to retire Volcarona to the person who advocated about as hard as they advocated around 5 Mandibuzz. With their 9th pick in Season 5 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Crustle for 4 points. This Pokemon is called Jolt because unless you've been living under a rock, you know the Goat Hermit crowd. With the options of both spikes, rocks, and a devastating move being Rock Blast that can get 2 hits to cost me a championship, hoping minerals too. With their 10th pick in Season 5 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Lapras for 3 points. When eyeing up this BBW of a Pokemon, there was a keen onlooker at this sale. Sometimes from a distance I see the beautiful head of this Pokemon, and I see that body, there's just more to love. He said that he couldn't be taking any further questions, he has to finish his GPC application in case anything else comes up. With their 12th pick in Season 5 of the IBA, the New South Wailmers draft Turtonator for 4 points, in which Turtonator acknowledged, although only the strongest players can be in Smash like Jigglypuff, Pichu, Greninja, and Charizard, he was definitely more excited at this prospect. When speaking to Turtonator, he said, "I want people just to give me the respect I deserve. I have both the defensive typing of Charex, but I have a better setup option." This will conclude the draft of the New South Wailmers. There are a lot of questions asked by members of the public. What is happening with the 15 points in the bank? Some people did ask a more logical question: who are the Z users? In which Gyarados, Barbaracle, and Flygon will be holding the Z crystals potentially. Join us for our Week 1 battle as we make the travel to Minnesota, in which the team will be put through their paces before taking on the Twin Needles. We definitely will be packing a lot of antidotes. Check out both our current NBA run in the end card, but also both Aaron and Odds. We're going to be dancing our way to a championship. Peace.